Hello everyone and welcome to our report on the topic gender interests and needs. In development, gender interests and needs are distinct yet interconnected concepts that helps us address inequalities stemming from social positioning. Simply put, gender interests are those prioritized concerns that arise from specific social roles. On the other hand, gender needs are more fundamental and are categorized into two main types. The practical needs, which are about immediate survival, things like food, health, and income. And then there are strategic needs focused on long-term empowerment, encompassing vital aspects like legal rights, equal pay, and safety. By the end of this report, we aim for you to achieve three key learning objectives. First, to clearly differentiate between gender interests and gender needs. Second, to analyze how policies respond to these needs. And third, to discover and understand your own strategic and practical gender needs. We, Cardinal Kitong, Angeline T. Tunad, and Marit A.M.L are here to guide you through this important discussion.
So next is gender interests and needs in development. So development plans and policies often view women as one homogeneous group. So these assume that the needs of all women are the same. Maxime Molyneux, a feminist who defined gender interests as interests that are developed by men or women by virtue of their social positioning through gender attributes. So gender needs are means by which their concern may be satisfied. So this means development plans often treat women as one homogeneous group, assuming they all have the same needs. So this ignores differences in age, class, culture, and education, which can cause some women to be left out of programs. So according to Maxime Molyneux, gender interests are shaped by social rules and expectations. So for example, if women are expected to care for the household, they may prioritize access to water, healthcare, or childcare. So these interests come from society, not biology. So gender needs, on the other hand, are the specific resources or actions required to meet those interests, such as affordable daycare or job opportunities. So understanding both can help create more inclusive and effective development policies. So the next is the gender interests. So interests that are developed by men or women by virtue of their social positioning through gender attributes. So gender interests are assumed by many to be the same of all those belonging to the same sex. So gender interests are decided into two, practical and strategic, depending on how these gender interests are addressed. So gender interests are concerned developed by men or women because of their social role and expectation in society. So according to Maxime Molyneux, these interests are shaped by social positioning, not biology. So it means that it is a mistake to assume that all people of the same sex share same interests. Factors like class, culture, education, and location affect what individuals prioritize. So for example, the interests of a wealthy urban woman may differ greatly from those of a poor rural woman. So gender interests are divided into practical and strategic depending on how they are addressed. So practical interests focus on immediate concern, like strategic interests aim to change deeper inequalities and power structures. So the next is gender needs. So gender needs are the specific action or resources required to satisfy gender interests. So if interests explain why something matters, need explain what should be done. So they are also categorized into practical needs, or immediate support like training or services, and strategic needs or long-term changes such as equal rights or policy reforms. So understanding these differences helps create more effective and meaningful solution to gender inequality.
So next is the types of gender needs. There are two important types of gender needs. The practical gender needs are PGNS and strategic gender needs are SGNS. So first is the practical gender needs or PGNS, focus on immediate daily needs based on women's existing roles. Examples includes access to food, clean water, healthcare, maternal service, literacy program, and employment. For example, giving women farming support or income opportunities helps them provide for their families. However, these do not change gender roles or power structures. Strategic gender needs aim for long-term change by addressing gender inequality itself. Examples includes increasing women's politician representation, promoting equal pay, addressing the unfair division of labor, and creating laws that protect women from violence. In short, PGNS improve daily life, while SGNS promote empowerment and true gender equality. So next is the example of illustrating practical and strategic gender interests or needs. So let's look at the example to better understand what practical and strategic gender needs is. So first, we identify a gender interest such as gender equality. This means creating a society where all gender have equal rights, opportunities, and fair treatments. To support this interest, we address a strategic gender need like eliminating gender division in labor. This means removing the belief that certain jobs are only for men and only for women. It challenges traditional rules and promotes equal access to all types of work, equal pay, and equal recognitions. This is strategic because it creates long-term change and transforms social structures. Now, let's consider another gender interest, human survival. Everyone needs basic resource to live. A practical gender need related to this is the provisions of food, water, and employment, providing meals to hungry families, access to clean water, or job opportunities help people meet their immediate needs. These actions are very important because they ensure survival and dignity. However, they usually work within the existing system and do not directly change gender roles or power relations. In planning programs and projects, it is important to recognize the difference. Practical needs solve urgent problems, while strategic needs aim to deeper and long-term equality. Both are essential, but they lead to different kinds of impact.
So that's all, and thank you for your listening, and I hope you have learned something from us.